Today, one of the most important upcoming technological phenomena is without doubt the Internet of Things, and with it comes a big potential market. But like any new market, there are still some big challenges to face. One of the most important challenges being security. But first, what exactly is the Internet of Things? Let's take for example an electric toothbrush. Add some sensors, connect it to the internet, and you can do a whole analysis of your cleaning behavior, and new brushes appear on your doorstep when you need them. In other words, the Internet of Things is a digitalization of ordinary objects and tools so they can collect and process data. For doing so, you need chips, not the edible ones of course, but the ones that are also inside your computer. That's why the economic gains can be significant for the semiconductor industry. But maybe just delivering the hardware is not the only role for this industry. Although the Internet of Things is booming, several surveys conducted by McKinsey and global semiconductor alliances reveal that semiconductor companies believe that IoT security is the biggest threat to its own growth. They also believe that the semiconductor companies can play a prominent role in the development of new security solutions. But are they really suited for this crucial role? With this enormous opportunity come various challenges. The first challenge is the gap in technological sophistication. Current IoT security is not sophisticated enough and effective security solutions are lacking. A second issue lays in the absence and immaturity of the existing security standards. Large players, Intel and Samsung for example, and industry organizations mostly use their own solutions. In many cases, security solutions aren't even present at all. For example, 78% of the smart home building managers admit they don't feel knowledgeable about cybersecurity related to building automation systems. Half of them don't even monitor their automation systems for cyber attacks. The third problem semiconductor companies could face is the mismatch between the consumer's need for security and the consumer's desire to pay for this security. Security is often viewed as a commodity. Semiconductor companies could solely address those customers with a real willingness to pay. For instance, enterprises like Google, Audi, and Tesla are trying to optimize their automation systems like driverless cars at the lowest possible constant cost. To keep these costs constant, even when introducing new models, they are often reluctant to paying more for IT security features. This brings us to the last and often viewed as the most important challenge. Semiconductor companies are having trouble moving into software solutions and executives claim that it is extremely hard to make money by offering security solutions. This is mostly due to the lack of experience in developing this matter of software. These four challenges can slow down the process of IoT adaptation and therefore discourage companies from developing new technological solutions. So what strategies should semiconductor companies implement to conquer those challenges? On one hand, they could focus on promoting tailored innovation, where some offerings will provide state-of-the-art security, whilst other offerings will only provide basic security for basic applications. Ideally, these security offerings come with other features, not related to security, which increase for example usability for end users. On the other hand, to change the perception of not being a potential partner for developing security solutions, they could develop a sharper value proposition for security, by quantifying the benefits of their security offerings with for instance a rating system. By expanding into new areas of the technology stack, such as software infrastructure or gateway communication, semiconductor players may find new opportunities. And with renewed business models such as offering end-to-end security, they could obtain their fair share of value of the IoT markets. These opportunities and difficulties are the ones the industry itself thinks are present. But let's take a step back. The first question that pops up in our minds is why should semiconductor companies take the lead in security? Semiconductor companies are specialized in producing chips and played a crucial role in the recent boom of technology. They improved their chips and transistors and started developing specialized chips so that semiconductor companies could improve site security directly onto the chip, instead of coding security in an application, which is a far better and more secure way to provide safety against hackers. Should we blindly agree to McKinsey's opinion that semiconductor companies are suited for integrating these security solutions? Both investigations by McKinsey involved the Global Semiconductor Alliance. All surveys and interviews were taken from people in the semiconductor industry. Therefore, we are reluctant in entirely agreeing to McKinsey's opinion. Software companies, which have already a lot of experience in the field of IT security, could also implement more sophisticated security. And lastly, the most important question, why is security such an important matter in the first place? Although the willingness by consumers to pay for security may convince us otherwise, security is one of the most important aspects of IoT. In many cases, the hacker attacks aren't meant to harm private usage, but to strike the internet infrastructure. For instance, the 2016 Mirai attack used two IoT devices to target the internet infrastructure, causing shutdowns across Europe and North America, adding to a total of $110 million of economic damage. Considering these opportunities, challenges, and reflections, it may be that the semiconductors do take the lead. Or they don't, we can't be sure. But what we do know is that security and the Internet of Things will cause some quite big opportunities for software companies and semiconductor companies both.